Highway Point. For this week's Read and Reflect, I'm going to be reading from Jeremiah chapter 17, verses 5 through 8. And in the NIV it says, "This is what the Lord says. Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who draws his strength from mere flesh, and whose heart turns away from the Lord. That person will be like a bush in the wastelands. They will not see prosperity when it comes. They will dwell in the parched places of the desert, in a salt land where no one lives. But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit." And I'm going to read it again in the NLT. "This is what the Lord says. Cursed are those who put their trust in mere humans, who rely on human strength and turn their hearts away from the Lord. They are like stunted shrubs in a desert, with no hope for the future. They will live in the barren wilderness, in an uninhabited, salty land. But blessed are those who trust in the Lord, who have made the Lord their hope and confidence. They are like trees planted along a riverbank, with roots that reach deep into the water. Such trees are not bothered by the heat or worried by long months of drought. Their leaves stay green, and they never stop producing fruit." I love verses like these that have a lot of imagery connected to them. And that imagery helps you to understand or really pick out the meaning of what's being said. And in these verses, there's really two things that are being compared. The first is the person who puts their trust in man. And the second is the person who puts their confidence in God. The person who trusts man is like a bush in the wasteland, it says. That's a bush that's in for a lot of strife, a lot of toil. It seems like there's a lot of worry and anxiety with that sort of life. When am I, for that bush, when am I going to get watered? Am I simply going to wither away? Confidence in man, it really seems as no confidence at all. Man is inherently untrustworthy. Man is, we're limited. We're not all powerful. We're limited in what we can do. And it basically says the person who puts their trust in man, you're not going to prosper. That's not going to be fulfilling. But the person who puts their confidence in God, who trusts in God for their needs, it says that's a person who's like a tree by streams of water, and its roots stretch out into the water, and it's given all that it needs. It has no fear. It has true confidence that its needs will be met. Its true needs, and whatever, and it will never wither away in the heat. Something that really stood out to me as I read these verses is it doesn't say that tree by streams of water is never going to have problems. It's never going to have periods where it faces difficulties. In fact, it says that there will be hard times. In the verse, it says it does not fear when heat comes. It says it has no worries in a year of drought. That tree is going to experience heat. It's going to experience years of drought. But even though those hardships arise, that tree is able to have confidence that its needs will be met, that it will endure, that it will continue to produce fruit. And so looking at that comparison, it's easy to say, well, this is a simple choice. If I have the option to put my confidence in man or put my confidence in God, I'm going to put my confidence in God. It's an easy choice, and yet I think sometimes it's not that easy for us. And I think our tendency as humans is to want the tangible, to put our confidence in things that we can see. And with God, He is unseen. And so for us to put our confidence in Him is an exercise of faith. Hebrews 11:1 says that faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. And so for us to put our confidence in God, it means I have to put my faith in someone who's unseen, but someone that I know is all powerful, someone I know that loves me, that cares for me, that wants to support me and help me produce fruit. And so it takes faith, but that faith is so incredibly rewarding. And this should be an easy choice. If we're going to put our confidence in either God or man, I'm choosing to put my confidence in God. I hope you have a great week, Waypoint, and I hope that these verses were meaningful for you. Have a good week.